What's going on YouTube? Yamaha, welcome to the channel, and in today's episode we are working yet again on the 2021 MT09 that's behind me, but today is a special day. TST Industries was gracious enough to hook me up with the low mount tidy tail kit the day before the launch. We're going to be installing that today. I'm going to show you all the pieces it comes with and a turn signal option if you choose to do so until they release the integrated taillight system. So stick around, you're not going to want to miss it. Stay tuned. If any of this content interests you, do me a huge favor. Don't forget to hit the like button. If you want, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and hit the bell notification to be notified of all new uploads. So I wanted to show you the before. This is what's left once you remove the big whale tail. This big gaping hole here with the key exposed. It's definitely not practical, and there's no place to mount a plate. Now, I did show in previous videos some temporary setups I did. I actually reversed this to show you guys exactly what you're purchasing when you get the tidy tail kit. But this gaping hole will be covered and the plate will be mounted in this area, and I'm fixing to show you guys the parts here in a second. All right guys, here are the parts we're going to be installing. This right here is the block off plate for the big gaping hole. As you can see, that's what's going to cover that. And this is the low bracket license plate mounting kit. Now this kit is one of a couple. They have a few options because not everybody is going to be able to use this. But for people that want the low mount like me, this is what you'll be purchasing. And we also picked up some really amazing super bright LED turn signals that we're going to be installing in a super cool location. So I'll be showing you guys that here in a second. Okay guys, first thing we're going to do is remove these 4 screws. This holds this seat bracket. This is what locks the seat in place. We're going to remove that in order to gain access to the 4 holes that we're going to use to put that plate up. Okay guys, to install the low mount taillight assembly, you're going to have to remove this screw here, this screw here, this screw here. There's one on the bottom right here on each side. And then you're going to repeat here, here, and here. And you also have to remove these 2 screws that are here. Okay, once you remove, again, all those screws, as you can see, you're just gonna barely pull this down real softly and it'll kind of snap out of place. Just be careful not to break it, but you just pull it and it just snaps out. Like in other words, down and out and it pops out. All right guys, again, like down and out and it just comes off. Now we have this middle plate. Now this middle plate you got to pull backwards, upwards, and then down because it actually locks into the taillight system. Those little clips actually lock into the back of the taillight right there. You just kind of pull it upwards and out. Now that we got it out, you can see that it's going to mount to this screw, this opening here. It's just a hole that's already there. So that bracket is going to screw onto here and onto there. Okay, just to give you a quick look at what it's going to look like, it's going to mount right here with 2 screws that they supply in the bag, and that's how it's going to mount. It's probably easier to mount the license plate ahead of time, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and mount the license plate to here, and then actually bolt it with the 2 screws up in here. All right, so basically that's the setup before I mount it. Now TST does offer this light that's actually a sticky back that just kind of sticks to here and illuminates the plate. I actually had that already, but I went ahead and put that on with it already attached, but you can actually buy this separately. It's probably like 10 or 15 bucks. I'm not quite sure, but this is an awesome product because it really illuminates the taillight. So make sure you pick that up as you get this as well. All right guys, so the low mount mounts. Once you remove all this plastic, 2 screws down here going from the bottom upwards, and they provide lock washers that you put on the top. That'll mount it. Now you have to slide the plate actually behind the subframe on the corners. TST will have a way better video than me, but basically all I had to do was just bend the corners a little bit, kind of wrestle it up in there very gently, not to scratch any of the subframe, and it went in pretty easily, and I was able to use the provided bolts to go ahead and latch that down. All right guys, first thing you're gonna do to reverse all this is just go ahead and slide this center plastic back in. There's 2 little notches here under the light that need to be locked into place. It'll just kind of hang there until you snap on this side, bolt it down, and then go ahead and do the other side as well. All right, guys, so this is what it looks like. It's a pretty snug fit, so I was able to just push it in there. And you're going to use this screw from the bottom up, and then it also comes with lock washers that you'll be putting in from the top side down. All right, guys, so this is a 3mm Allen key, and this is a 5/16 socket. That's what we're going to use to go ahead and tighten this thing up. Here, as you can see, I've already tightened up this bolt here and this one here. We're going to go ahead and move on to these next two here. All right, guys, as you can see, there is the final product. It looks really nice, super clean, very functional since you still have access to the keyhole. The plate's in a nice visible location. You can actually see it very well from the back, and it will be lit up with the TST undermount light that's there. So this is going to be a great setup for the low mount plate. So now we're going to go ahead and mess with the lights. All right, guys, now that we got the tie detail all set up, we need some blinkers so that way when we turn, we're safe at night and people can see us. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and remove this Allen key that's here on the subframe. It comes with a little black washer. Do not lose that. I've already pre-loosened this side up. We're going to go ahead and remove that. Now what we're going to do is, all right, to get the proper angle for this light, what you're going to do is you're going to put the provided nut first, and then the black washer that is actually on the factory screw that you removed from this location. You know, when you took out this Allen key, it came with a black washer. So what you're going to do is you're going to put the provided bolt on first, and then the washer, and then you're going to feed it through the hole that's there, and then I'm going to show you guys how to adjust it. All right, guys, as you can see here, I have the wire pushed through, and as you push it through, you can actually just reach your hand in this sub tray, or this tray right here by the subframe, and you can actually just pull the wires through, just like that. All right, the reason why you're gonna leave this bolt here is because, as you can see, this light could spin multiple ways. So what you wanna do is, you wanna adjust the bolt to the frame, and then actually turn the pod until it lines up in the angle that you want it. So if it needs to raise it up, you just loosen the bolt and spin a little more. And if you need it to come down, you can just tighten the bolt and then adjust it so it faces more downward. So it's kind of hard to explain it, but once you see it in action and you actually do it, then you can see what I'm talking about. Because if I put this pod down facing downwards and I tighten that bolt all the way up, as you can see, the pod will not rise up. But if I loosen it all the way out, and I give it loosen a little more, then you can see as I tighten it, it'll get the position that I want it. So you just kind of have to play with it until you get it to the angle that you actually want it, and then just tighten it up. All right, guys, so there's the finished product of my angle, or the way I'm gonna leave that blinker there, and this other one on this side. I got them pretty much set where I want them. They're pretty even if you look at them straight from the back. So that's how I'm gonna have it. Now, I know what you're wondering. How the heck are we gonna plug these things in? Because we're not an electrician. We don't really know about wiring too much. Well, don't worry. TST makes it pretty simple. They actually provide a plug-and-play solution. So all you have to do, once you connect them, is just plug it in. The white one plugs right in here. Boom, you hear it snap. And then the black one, which I have here, is gonna plug into this black port that's there. Boom. All right, guys, here is the final product. From the back, we have the blinkers on hazard. I've already tested them. They're all working correctly. Here's what it looks like. As you guys can see, it looks really nice with the block off plate there, the low mount for the license plate bracket installed, and these beautiful turn signals. This looks absolutely amazing. So much better than what is there if you remove the whale tail and actually try to rig your own plate like I did before. I mean, it was working and it was functional, but this just looks so much better. It looks super, super clean. And guys, I'm really happy with the turnout. I mean, this is a pro job. This is really simple to do. I know TST is releasing install videos, and I guarantee you they're gonna be a lot better than my bro mechanic garage style video, but this is Yamaha, and I just do things pretty simple. I mean, I don't have a good verbatim to actually explain everything to you guys correctly, but I think if you just watch the video and have common sense, you could figure it out yourself. But if anything, guys, TST is releasing this again. October 29th is when they release these products. They will have instructional videos on how to mount these. So check out their website, get yours as soon as you can. I'm sure they're going to go out of stock, but they will replenish and be back in stock as soon as possible. So I hope this video helps, guys, and until the next one, peace.